what do you take away as the headline of week number 3, Chris Long?
Oh, man, that Buffalo-Miami game was like a playoff game. Didn't it feel – I mean, it felt like incredibly intense, and it felt like, you know, the narratives that we're going to form based off of this game are going to be big. You got to tip your cap to Miami and the defense, man. You know, it was Tua's turn last week to win the game, that offense, but that offense this week only had to score really about 14 points. I mean, they got a short field on the Holland turnover there, backed up. The Bills, you know, scrambling to protect Josh Allen as play clock runs on. It's so damn loud there, and they spot them field position, and it was mostly about that defense. You know, like getting something out of a guy like Melvin Ingram. You know, a bunch of pressures. And, yeah, the Bills were wounded. Yeah, the secondary, although they played very well considering the fact, like, nobody had experience in that back end. The Bills had their chances to win this game. I mean, the Bills definitely had a chance to win this game. You look at the botch snap before the half where they had to fake spike it. That's 3 points there. You know, settle for a field goal in the low red. They miss a field goal. They drop a pick six. So the Bills are going to look back at this game the second time they play the Dolphins, and I think they're going to feel good about, you know, going down there, tough atmosphere, tough defense, tough team, and with everybody wounded, actually saying, hey, we had our chances. And so I'm really excited to look forward to the second meeting. I'm already circling this thing up in Buffalo, and I think this is the headline is like these two teams are going to really have a barn burner the next time they get together, and they're both contenders.
Yeah, I'm sure CBS is already protecting that game for Week 15 from an NBC Flex possibility. That is as good as it's going to get, one would think, based on what we've already seen over the first 3 weeks. And that's how I'm going to kind of flip the script on you a little bit, because this was my take at the top of the program, is that if I'm the Bills, I'm thinking this. Okay, so we're without our top defensive backs, plural, okay? And we're going into this game against Waddle and Hill and Tua after they just put it on the Ravens like they did. And, man, we went to the last drop in 100-degree weather. We're dropping like flies on a short week after a Monday night opener at home. And that's the only way we can get beaten this year, is that way, in division, on the road, in that circumstance. And you know, the Bills aren't going to go undefeated. I don't think anybody is, and I take away a lot of positives for the Bills coming out of this game.
The Giants are still undefeated, Rich.
That's true. So the Eagles are as well, we're currently talking about.
The NFC East is a juggernaut division, but no, I'm with you. I mean, like I want to give the Dolphins their flowers, man. Like, this is a contending team. Like I had them in the playoffs. I don't know that they're like the best team in the AFC. Like, some people are getting ready to jump out of the gym for these two performances, but they're a good football team. But if you're the Bills, who are the Super Bowl favorites, when they're at full strength, they are the Super Bowl favorites. They're looking back at this game. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to know that they could have won this football game in a lot of different ways, and they didn't. But they hung tough with a good team in 120-degree weather down there in a playoff-type atmosphere. So a lot of fun. Like a new team has kind of arrived, it feels like. At least they're at the dance. And Miami's got a short week at Cincy Thursday night. So that's going to be really, really interesting because, you know, a game like that in Miami with that weather, that takes it out of you. I don't care if that's your home stadium. 120 degrees on the field is 120 degrees on the field. You get Cincy Thursday night, you're going to blitz Joe Burrow. You're going to heat him up. The Jets are probably a little the Bengals are probably a little fresher, no offense for having played the Jets. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a big barometer. Like, after these two big wings, can they come to play and kind of answer the bell again on Thursday night? That'll be fun.
Well, what did you make of Tua's back injury and how he came back from
it? The back of the head?
That's what it looked like to me, you know. And
I'm not calling Tua a liar, man. No, but, I mean, honestly, you know, it feels like you went in the locker room and they were like, your back hurt this week, right? And he's like, yeah, back hurt. But that was when Bridgewater came to the game and that 3-and-out, you just felt like, okay, the Bills finally get a break. But Tua is a tough dude. We knew that about him. I mean, if it was the head, that's concerning. But if it's the back, More power to him for playing through it. That game had a little of everything, man.
But have you ever seen a colleague of yours react to a back injury the way that Tua reacted to his on the field?
I reacted to a back injury like that last week. Got out of bed.
Chris Long, everybody.
My feet, and so I want to throw Tua a bone here. Maybe he's just got he's got what I have.